All right, breaking news. What's going on, everyone? It's Kyle Henderson along with Andrew Bone. Anquin Barnes has committed to the Crimson Tide, becoming the Crimson Tide's second commit in the class of 2021. I'm here with Andrew Bone to break it all down. Big defensive tackle joins Alabama's class of 2021. Bone, break it down. What does this mean for the Crimson Tide?
Well, what it means is it's finally another commitment. I think Alabama fans have been really anxious and nervous about when another commitment was going to happen for the Crimson Tide. They finally get one on board today in Anquin Barnes. And I made a comment last night on BamaInsider.com on our recruiting board that there were some kids that, even though the Alabama was only sitting on one commitment, there were some kids who have probably informed Alabama of their intentions and were just kind of waiting for the right opportunity. And Anquin Barnes is one of those guys that we knew we knew he was going to pop at some point, probably pretty soon, and he went ahead and did that today. So it's a big commitment because he's a in-state kid. He's a big lineman at 6'5", 300 pounds, extremely athletic. Has played basketball. Runs track. I mean, he is a tremendous athlete who I think has really seen his stock kind of explode this spring. I mean, he's got several scholarship offers. One head coach in college football that's not in the SEC is another Pac-12. At a Pac-12 program. Told a coach, one of Anquin Barnes' coaches, that he is the best defensive lineman in the country, in their opinion. So there's a lot of people who think that he is a tremendous talent, that his stock's just going to continue to rise. Maybe we see him, climb up to that 4-star, maybe even top 100 ranking by the end of all this. I know he was a little bit disappointed because he was kind of anxious to go out there and prove to a lot of doubters that he was one of the top overall players in the country. He was really anxious to get to the Rivals camp in Atlanta in April, and obviously that's not happening anymore. So we were really looking forward to seeing him there, but obviously he's a really big pickup for Alabama. I know Alabama is excited about getting him on board because, like I said, got a lot of scholarship offers, and Alabama was one of those schools that kind of offered a little late. I mean, he had the Auburns, the LSU's, the Tennessee. He had a lot of those scholarship offers. Georgia extended him an offer, and Alabama was a little late on him. But once they offered him, they were really pressing hard for him and really wanted to get him on board, and they were able to get his commitment today. And Alabama now has two public commitments in this 2021 class, and I think it's the start of potentially some more commitments coming soon for them.
Yeah, Bone, as I tweeted out earlier in the morning on Friday, April 17th, Alabama entered the weekend with just one commitment and ranked number 71 in the Rivals.com team rankings. Now they're up to 60. As you mentioned, it looks like a little bit of momentum could potentially start to fall. You even put in a forecast, which you can check out right now on BamaInsider.com, about a possible commitment on Saturday. Do you think this is the time now where Alabama starts to make up some ground? I mean, they got a lot of ways to go to even creep up to the top 25.
Well, I think so. I think they're probably talking to some of their top guys, trying to get some of these guys on board before the summer starts, because there's definitely been some nervousness and some anxiety, probably more with the Alabama fan base than probably the Alabama coaches. But now finally getting some commitments on board, I think it's just going to build some momentum heading into the summer.
All right, Bone, and in terms of who helped land Anquin Barnes to the Crimson Tide, you just put out a note, Charles Kelly. Talk about Charles Kelly and the job that he's done with Alabama and how important he's, been in terms of being at Alabama and helping Nick Saban land some of these in-state prospects.
Yeah, I think Charles Kelly's done a tremendous job thus far. I think, in last year's class, he did a really good job in the state of Georgia getting guys like William Anderson, Brian Branch, two guys who were in the Rivals 100. They got some in-state kids last year, Javion Cohen, Christian Story. Those were some guys that he was leading the charge with last year. And, this year, getting a big commitment in Anquin Barnes, I think we can have another really successful year for Alabama.
All right, so Anquin Barnes is the second commitment to the class of 2021. For more information on Anquin Barnes, go to BamaInsider.com right now. And, things are starting to get going. So stay tuned on BamaInsider.com. Follow all our social media channels. For Andrew Bone and Kyle Henderson, we'll catch you soon back at BamaInsider.com.